definitely see. Oh no, let me start the first one. As you can most definitely see, the environment's different because I have the whole house to myself. So yes, I'm much more mobile and less noise. Unless the dog decides to bark like "Rrrr!" Love him to death, but not right now, dude. Usually he just barks at anything that moves. So anyway, I actually had somebody want me to actually make them some Lilithian bath salts. And if you remember many moons ago when I did a video actually showing how I made them, hey, I can't really see that well. Hey Scooty and hello Kayla, but somebody wanted me to make, and Rowan, I can't talk to it, but someone actually wanted me to make them love bath salts. And like I was saying, if you remember thousands of years ago, not really, I actually did a video of me actually making them, but the recipe has changed. So essentially, and hello Kelly. So essentially, this bath salt mix has the intention of having, to best put it, it's best said that love her, well not really herself, but let's just say her core and her theme is going to be plopped into this salt. I'm using it for bathing. Oh, whoops. I thought I had everything. Forgot one more thing. Let me just grab this big sack. Not that. Zeus? No. Boy, here's. That's what I meant. You know, Zeus, it seems that the tables have turned. You went from a god now to a dog. Well, looks like Herrick got back at you. So then I'm going to be a little subservient little pooch then. But I digress. So anyway, I'm going to show not all the recipe, and also give you some other potential ideas, like specific essential oils and other magical oils you can put in this. I mean, to be technical, if I really wanted to be lazy, I would just have to really just grab sea salt, or really any salt for that matter. But specifically, depending on if you want to be extra technical, if you want to use pink Himalayan salt for more of the, like if you're going to use more color magic for it, then okay, you have pink salt, so now it's going to have the pink color energy into it. You can also use black salt, but usually black salt is used to really tell something to, and it's very protective and feisty. Or if you want to bring in more of the darker aspect, that probably might be also an idea to consider. But usually, if you don't even have like sea salt, you can use table because it's still salt. It's just that sea salt comes from, the ocean, unless you're getting it from, where's this thing from? I think it was saying the Dead Sea. Yep, the Dead Sea. So, whichever works, but preferably natural sea salt. If you just got table, that'll work. Same. So, if I wanted to be lazy, which I'm not going to be, all I had to do is just take the sea salt, epi salt, plop that in there, and of course, since I like to go overkill with all these things, also plop in 2 crystals. In this case, a clear and I call it a shadow quartz or a smoky quartz, and plop that in there too. But I don't like being lazy. I like being a little bit whimsical, so we're not just going to put all that in there and then just add a little foil to it. No, we're going to get down to the scratchy, bare bones with nothing. So, sounds so bad. So, okay, keeping it simple. First, sea salt. When in doubt, usually sea salt is known as a pretty much staple cleanser. Like if you put salt on the wound, it's gonna sting, but you know that it's clean. So simply just. Well, I mean, I don't even think I need to tell you what to do with this. You just put it in the bowl or your container, obviously. Don't be all like, okay, because that would raise some eyebrows. I'm not gonna open that. And then epi salt, but usually, I believe, yeah, it's meant to like really help soothe the muscles. And depending on if you like say grab the one that has already lavender infused, then that'll be carried over into it. But this one is just simple epi with no sense. Like, okay, I'm epi with nothing. It's like, why would you say that? Go with it. It's like virgin epi salt. I'm just saying, because ever since like the grandparents left, I've just been like extremely like unhinged in a funny way. That was not what I had in mind when I was gonna have you come out of the bag. Now all the big hunks come out. No, not that kind of a hunk. Hunk of salt, not hunk of meat. What? That's usually the word associated with, you know. But whenever you hear the word hunk, you think, well then, that thing looks pretty good with a sausage attached to it, instead of like a big honker thing. Stop, kid. I'm gonna just have to smash the bigger pieces down. And if for some reason, if I'm making you guys laugh a little bit too hard, oh well, it happens. These are getting your ab workout. Where the bloody heck did that... There was something in here specifically meant for that, but oh well, so we're gonna have to do improvision. I just do it. There's a little hammer thing around in here that I used to know where it was at, and now it's gone. Oh, well, I guess we'll just have to use this cutesy little floral one. Like literally flower power, because one simply does not have a sassy, but, you know, stylish, you know, definitely not MC Hammer thing. Stop it. Your jokes aren't making sense, kid. Okay, now that I got those hunks squished. So go. Okay. So now I'm gonna add the quartz stones in there. Smoky quartz. Usually, smoky quartz is actually associated with Lilith. And the properties of smoky quartz is essentially, the best put it, it's a stone. It's the type of quartz that actually helps kind of, it's like a stress relieving stone. Like if you're getting like really agitated, like smoky quartz place, and you put it in the hand with your right wrist, the dominant hand, you just squeeze it and you just go, and as soon as time has passed and you feel much better, just take the stone and cleanse it. Or if you want to actually, well, I'll give you a little tip about a smoky quartz. If you want to be a little bit on the mean side with it, what you can do, oh, this is so bad. Get yourself your smoky quartz, load it up with all that negativity, and then essentially, like say if you had if you were dating somebody and they went behind your back, well, joke's on them. Just go to them with that smoky quartz and be like, you know what? Here, you can have this cute little stone. It's okay. Things just don't work out. Yeah, you essentially charge that stone with so much negativity to it, and you're like, oh, here, I got your gift. Just as an idea. And how it relates to Lilith, well, usually the stones that are either dark, like amethyst, garnet, I just had another one that just left my mind, and I'm looking right at it. Oxeye, I like to call it Kendra's here. It's like every time when Kendra comes in, I'm like, oh, Kendra. Every time she pops in, I can't help but do that. I am so. Oh, that reminds me. On Friday, come on, dude. On Friday, I'm actually going to be on Hail and Horns with Zeus. Boy, don't do it. But I'm going to be on Hail and Horns with Kendra and Nightshade, and is it, what's her name? She that's on Witch's Cauldron, I think? Yeah. What's her name? I think, yeah, she has her channel, The Witch's Cauldron. I really like. Oh, Paula, that's her name. I actually really like Paula because she's just like, like she's the kind that you don't want to be at, and I can just tell by listening to her. But yes, it's 7 p.m. Eastern time. And we're going to be talking about, let's just say, we're going to be giving the actual correct recognition to how to address the goddesses. And really kind of make it idiot-proof about why you don't call them certain things, and how man's depiction and how they view them has completely distorted their main intention and like their core focus and what they're trying to like teach everybody, and not have it be all like, well, this one is known to be like this, so she's over this. No, that's not the core, but we'll get on to that when the time comes. So don't miss that. Oh boy, that's going to be the most fun. Maybe we should tell them about the... Hey, Loyalty. Maybe we should actually tell them the real reason why... let's just... Maybe we should tell them the real reason why. That, you know... The real story of what happened with how creation happened. With Yahweh and Lilith in the beginning. And then clear quartz in there. So essentially, you're going to have your bath salts, have your smoky quartz, and the clear in there. Because, yeah, that's going to be... But I'll just save that for when that time comes. Oh, don't get me started with that. Don't get me started with that. Because to me, I understand the point they're trying to do, but you can't take something that's like from somebody's culture and their history and then change it to please everybody. That's somebody's culture. You don't touch that. Thou shalt not touch anybody's heritage and mess with it like that, just to make it everybody happy. No. That's someone's, actually, like, their family tradition and what they believed back in the day. Hello, Lisa. So, if this is what they believed and how they practiced back then, and they're having them be depicted this way, don't touch it. Preserve it. But of course, just a random thought. Why do they have to go in and change for Thor, yet they can just take, I don't know. Let's just say, let's go with Hel. Why can't we just take Hel and properly depict her instead of her wearing a Lady Gaga reject costume and having deer antlers on her head? And somehow Loki is her brother and Thor is too? Boy, don't growl at me. Well, again, Zeus, this is precisely why I got, made into a Canaan and reincarnated. Because, man, stuff. Yeah. I think nowadays people are forgetting the idea. Oh no, it's actually Marvel Studios actually making that, I think. Which even then is starting to go. Yeah. Oh, Trouble. Oh yeah, that was the platform. I was trying to even remember what that was called, but still. I mean, you should have seen me when I first saw how they depicted hell. The Thor movie, I'm like, that's not how she looks. Okay. Yeah, like, well, how come she's wearing a cat suit and thinks that, and why she stands like this? When in reality, hell would stand like this. And not even really care. And when this is over, I'll try and remember to link the link there, the link here too, so that way it's there. But it's this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and I cannot promise that I might make some people be like, "Oh, how can you be like that?" Well, I'm making it idiot-proof to the point where there's no excuse for the BS to keep happening. So anyway, back to the bath salts. So we have our clear quartz in there, which is, when in doubt, it just amplifies. And then the smoky quartz in there. So it's kind of actually a balance already. But so now we have options we can do. You can add pure essential oils to it, which I'm going to do anyway. Or you can just add like olive oil, coconut oil. There was another one I just had in my head. Avocado. You can add carrier oils to it. And this is actually an example of one. And this one, this is what it is, by the way. And I checked before, I was going to bring it on camera because I'm very touchy when it comes to stuff like this. The ingredients in this are safflower. Well, at least for somebody like me who's a magical flamer, safflower was actually known to be used by gay men in India to pull a man towards them. So, works for me. Everybody else, probably not so much, but it's also known as it was also known as, like, I don't know what it was, but it was usually seen as like, oh, that's saffron. Nope, it's an imposter. Borage oil, and naturally borage is, if I'm remembering correctly, I think borage is also a really fortifying self-empowerment plant, if I'm remembering that right. Sorry, Cunningham, if I recall that wrong. I'm going to try and pronounce this jojoba oil, which really technically is not really from, I'm not going to get technical about that. Vitamin E oil, coconut oil. Coconut oil is essentially that oil that's usually seen, yes, and sweet almond or regular almond, yeah, you can. When in doubt, always use what you got, but make sure you're careful. I would not suggest castor, because castor oil is like this. Stick. Castor oil is best used for, say, like if you are going to be doing curse work, and you want something to hit and stick. Because, like see here, if you wanted to actually get back at somebody who did something really bad to you, like say, okay, so I'm going to give you nightmares for a long time. Just make a oil mixture with the intention of giving nightmares. Base, castor. Put it on the poppet of them. So that way it's going to stick and it's thick. So it's not going to be easy for them to get that energy off of them. And it's going to stick on them. Where's that? Oh yeah, coconut oil. Essentially that's the oil of the divine feminine. Coconut is a moon-related plant. And coconut oil, actually also the plant too, the milk of it is usually seen as, well, like it's refined. Tasteless, odorless. So essentially it adapts and it goes with anything, just like the moon. In astrology with the moon, if anything comes next to moon or influences moon, moon takes it. Good example. If moon is sitting with Saturn, moon is going to see Saturn and start taking his influence. And if you know how Saturn is, stop it, woman, stop grabbing me, vile woman, stop. But she can't help it, she's all receptive. So now moon embodies Saturnian qualities. So in a way, she becomes like a mimic, somewhat, but a diluted version of whatever planet she's with or being influenced by. So it's like Saturn, kind of a more diluted Saturn, but still has the Saturnian qualities. But now if you have Moon with Lilith, well, she can't really pull from Lilith, but Lilith, like Black Moon Lilith, will, let's just say, not be afraid to go up to something like Mars and then be like, nope, not gonna mess with the moon. But that's a little bit more advanced astrology stuff there. And the last ingredient is, oh, there's also olive oil. And essentially, if you know olive oil, it is the fluid of immortality. And funny enough, if you mix olive oil and honey with, I think you can use sugar, any kind of sugar. Use those three, mix them together. You may actually make a really nice body scrub. And because since honey and olive oil are both preservatives, they preserve one another. Yeah, the ultimate preservation, the literal immortality of preservation right there. And last in here is, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Hibiscus flower extract. Now, hibiscus, if you don't know like about how certain, if you aren't really familiar with like certain plant energies and how you can connect with them and all that, hibiscus, put it this way, think of hibiscus as like the life of the party. Yes, all of them, especially the olive and, where did it go? Coconut. But hibiscus is essentially the life of the party flower. Essentially when, this doesn't sound so weird. Say like if you have a bunch of, okay, it's a flower party, all the flowers are there, except hibiscus. The minute hibiscus comes into the door, okay, hello. That's how like vibrant hibiscus is. And because since hibiscus is able to pull like that, and because it's so lively, well, it's an empowerment flower, a potent empowerment flower. And who else is very confident and very self-empowered? Lilith. So, habadoof. Fits perfectly. What was just said? that I didn't know. I did not know that hibiscus was actually can be used for necromancy. I mean, I can kind of see it somewhat in a way, like towards Persephone in a way, because to me, I see Persephone as still maintaining that lively floral standing, but still, because since she's in the underworld, she can kind of have that passed on plant-like vibe, if that makes sense. But I can say one thing, oleander might be one of her favorites. It's mine too, but okay. I mean, I love oleander, just not going to touch it. So, with all these in here, you don't really need to add a lot, just a little bit. There's like one little squirt, but just like a practical amount, like that much. No more, no less. Oh, and I also have another thing right here that I'll show once it's all finished. So now we get to get a little bit creative here. You can have the essential oils. I'm going to just get these all organized. Okay, those are all essentials, and these are magical. So now some... And actually, I'm actually really surprised that I didn't think about that, because I'm thinking like, well, you read her book, so don't you kind of think, kid, that, you know, if it can be good in one way, you can use it in the opposing way? Yeah, so like with roses, love and, you know, the cheesy woozy woo. Now to make it like, I must possess you, obsession. Or even another one, oh, what was it? Let's see. Crap, I just had it and I just lost it. It'll come back. But anyway. So, to give some general ideas of like some oils you can put in here. Well, this one is probably the most number one choice I would go with. This is violet. And I don't know why, but every time when I smell violet, it just, it's like it lulls and then it pulls you in. It's like, mm-hmm. So I'm going to add probably about, when it comes to bath salts, I usually like to add about a total of maybe, how come you haven't dropped yet, dude? Probably about 5 drops of it, depending on like what I want the base scent to be. I mean, I would add, come on, 2 more. Okay, 1 more, dude. There you go. Because since this, where'd it go? Since this thing already has the hibiscus scent to it, it's already going to have that base hibiscus liveliness, empowered state to it. So then adding violet to that, well, we have a more empowered, and I'm mysteriously going to pull you to me, and you don't even know why. Patchouli can be one, and usually patchouli, even though it's seen as, well, that smells like dirt. Well, one of the other qualities with patchouli, it's known to be an aphrodisiac that has the ability to do one of 2. Get that away from me, not feeling it, or, hey, yeah, that stuff on your skin, you know, clothes, off now. One of 2. Yes. Yeah, and the only thing that's really different is I don't have any of the crushed herbs that I did with the last one, because I don't want to make it too messy for them and be a bit of a pain to clean up. Let's see what else we got here. Geranium is another one I would suggest, but now geranium is one of those flowers that's like either you love it or nope. Now in this case, geranium is a plant that is very, how do I put this? Essentially, geranium is that one friend of yours that really is your friend and really cares about you. And say like you're dating somebody who's not treating you well. Geranium is that plant that'll come up to you and say, he's treating you like, dump him. You deserve better, hon. Dump his now. That's geranium. It's beautiful, balanced, but it's honest. And Lilith is this. Lilith is the same way. She's like, oh, nope, you can do your thing, hon. But I thought you'd be doing your real empowerment stuff. And okay, whatever. Nope. I really thought you were. Nope, I'm not convinced. But still, geranium. She will indirectly get you motivated, but in a way that's like, uh-oh, wrong step. Still being stupid. So I'm going to just put 3 drops in there. Well, good. Well, that's definitely a sign that whenever she's around, you actually are able to detach from like your physical like sensations and be all like, no, stop hurting, focus. Another one I would say, but this one might be not really that much to some people, but to me, I mean, I love the smell anyway. Clary sage. Clary sage is a pretty good, let's just say it helps the third eye go and become more aware. And well, Lilith is most definitely not new here, and she is aware of a lot of stuff and knows how, no, I'm just thinking the way this is going to come out. She kind of knows how, you know, the thing under, you know, a guy's stomach, how it works, so Clary sage bringing more like intuitive senses. And yeah, and also I don't know why whenever I smell clary sage I think, is that iced tea? It's like it starts like iced tea, then it just goes away. It's like where'd it go? That's an option, but this mix I'm not really going to have as a focus for like having an awareness, but more along the ideas of just like having empowerment of self, and to the point where it's just like, must have that. Like pull somebody and not even be. Yeah, because believe it's a plant that also naturally has like an enlightenment. I'm trying to recall. I mean, I have so many things in my head when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's like, okay, we got to go into the library real quick. Okay, we got to find that one book. Found it. Okay, find the page. There it is. But yeah, that's another option. Now here's another good choice. But also, what's that called? Clary sage is not this. I don't think it's the same as like the white sage, the other kind of sages. If I'm correct, I could be wrong, but like rubbed sage is not the same as that kind. If I'm recalling that right, I might be wrong, but still. Next plant, yangling. Now yangling is like a very. The best put it this way: it's like rose, but a lot more flirtatious and a lot more youthful. And also, everybody loves Yangling because she's like a prom queen. Prom queen Yangling. Like, I mean, everybody wants Yangling and she's just so lively. But not everybody can ever. And, well, I think I'll add... I'm just watching my Zeus out there to make sure he's not going to bark at anything. Gosh, I feel like Hera. Zeus... Don't you go behind my back. Even though I vowed to never do anything to you again, I'm going to do it. Don't make me get Argus on you. So I'm going to put in a total about 3 drops. Let's see. Even though you can't really see the label on this one is actually magnolia and coconut oil. Now, just gotta get the rolling top off. Now, magnolia is known to be a really... I just saw him run past like, don't you do it. Don't you do it. You're gonna lose your Olympian throne. But magnolia is a really, really ancient tree. So it already holds that crone aspect to it. And Lilith is a crone goddess. I mean, primordial, been here a long time, so yes. But usually, as some people think, well, it doesn't mean a crone. Does that mean she's like old and has wrinkles and all that stuff? No. Crone, essentially, the best put it, is one who has wisdom, who has intelligence, one who has experienced a lot and knows a lot. That's a crone. Lilith's a crone. And believe it or not, another thing that people don't think about, whatever happened to the idea of also, wouldn't you think, the crone would know how to have the most fun more than the maiden and the mother? I mean, just saying, she has the most experience, so she knows how to have the most fun, but also the most wild, so. But magnolia, because it's a species of tree that has lasted for a long time. Since magnolia, pretty much even before, I think it was bees pollinating, they were actually pollinated by beetles, I think. So magnolia has that crone beauty aspect to it. Like beauty in wisdom, knowledge, and experience. So we're going to add just a little bit, because since I don't have a dropper, I'm just going to put it on the edge and just let it flow out. A little bit. Come on. There you go. Then the next one, I'm also going to get the other one in there. Next one, you might not be able to see it, is jasmine. Now, if you're like me and have the absolute love for jasmine, the oil, the plant, but still. Jasmine is actually known to be perhaps one of the most, this is the best term I got, it is known to be one of the most woozy-wooing flowers known. The way that the scent is, it pulls and it lulls you, and it's a moonflower, it's related to the moon. I mean, you could also say it's also related to Venus because it's so floral, but moon takes jasmine. And also, jasmine is more focused on like a spiritual love, but another aspect of jasmine is like it is the one of the most potent man Uzi pullers. That was a weird way of putting it, but yeah. It's actually used to pull men towards the person using it. And since I don't want to put the whole bottle in there, I'm very sparing with it. Just let it just flow out easy. Roll, not really roll, but there. Let's see what else we got. I'm not gonna put this one in there, but sandalwood is also another one. And sandalwood does have that sense of, that was gonna be a weird word of putting it, but it does have that sacred feeling to it. Like it's has a lot of purity to it. It's known to be used to make sure things are not going to be tainted and infected. Trying to make her do anything that you want her to do. You want me to do what? No. Just because you told me to do it, I'm now not going to do it. Oh, I can't do that? Watch this. Oh, now what I just did. Now what are you going to do? Good. Now don't try and control me. Mm-hmm. I'm not really gonna. Okay, fine. I'll have one drop. Actually, wait. Did I grab that? I think I did. I hope I did. That's. Yes, I did. I have a really good one. Is this one when I get to it? It's actually from a tree. It's not cedarwood, by the way, and it's not that. There's always this bottle that does these kind of bottles that does that. It's like, oh, I'm not going to come out yet, and I'm going to come out all at once and have like a long drip come out. Rose. Do I need to say more? Because rose is like that flower that's a staple in everything beauty related. But cupcake, don't do it. You're going to lose your throne. And I just like when I said that, he just looked at me. Just a drop. And pretty much rose is adaptable that pretty much whatever you needed to do. It's kind of like, come on. When it comes to flowers, there we go. Rose is just like a clear quartz or white candle, but not really white. Usually it's pink, red, or whatever, what have you. Next, lavender. Lavender again is like a luller. Just missed what she said. Don't fall over, phone. If you fall over, I'm gonna cry. Oh, for mine's actually, would have to say that's a tough choice. I'm gonna have to put my money with violet for Lilith, because when I see a violet and I smell violet, I think. But I mean, just wait till I talk about these two. Oh, I just remember this. Holy crap. In the mail, soon, hopefully, I'm actually going to be getting a set that has pure rose, neroli, magnolia, jasmine. I can see that lilac, because lilac is vibrant, but it's also, even though some people are like, well, that's an old lady smell. You just don't understand it. That's why you don't like it. It smells like old lady. You really don't understand how to really appreciate what it's giving you. It's beautiful. You just don't really understand it. But those four and another oil, blue lotus oil, pure blue lotus. And already I'm getting input the same like, oh, blue lotus, yeah, you're going to be getting that in the mail. Can I have the first drop? Yes, dear, you can have the first drop. But still, I'm like so excited to actually smell blue lotus because I never smelled it before. Oh boy. But yeah, she gets the first smell. Yeah. And I'm kind of like, I wonder how this is going to work. That awkward moment when you take the first smell. But still. I mean, I had to get like a little white tea light and just put one drop on there. Be like, okay, there, Lilith, enjoy your blue lotus. Having the first drop. But lavender. Lavender is like a luller, calmer, and it's pretty much it's a pretty good general attraction pulling plant, and it's also used to invite supportive spirits or supportive entities towards you, entities that support your cause or support you. Now, with that in mind, an entity who supports you is completely different than something like, say if you're trying to connect with a certain spirit. Like, for example, say if I was trying to connect with Lilith. I just distill lavender around. So usually distilling lavender with my intention of wanting to connect with Lilith, it may assist in helping Lilith be able to come towards me. Or have an entity be able to assist me get to where I need to go. That's with lavender. Because something is deemed a good or bad spirit, usually that kind of depends on something that's working alongside you to help you or something that's trying to get in your way to block you. Like a good example, if you're working on the left, usually you'll have the right hand angelic things coming and be like, you're not going to do that. Like, get out of here, you pigeon man. That's kind of the idea. So with lavender, I'm just going to put in one or two drops. And I like to call frankincense, I just call it Frankie, because that's much easier on me, and I cannot spell that no matter how hard I try. I just say, okay, I need Frankie, please. If I also had myrrh oil, I would put in here, but I do not, because usually it's seen that the myrrh tree is known to be a feminine aspect related tree. So now the two unique big ones, and Lilith likes both of them. First one, the good old juniper berry. Literally, this is like Scorpio in a bottle. Hello, juniper. Put it this way, juniper berry has the scent that's like a battering ram, and it goes like it pierces through everything, reaches into the depths of the abyss. So, Lilith, a dark goddess, juniper berry reaches into the depths of the, we have no idea what's in here. That's funny. And I just immediately thought about, I just thought that movie, Dr. Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein. You're putting me off. No. It's Frankenstein. Well, then how come it's not Frederick Frankenstein? No, it's Frederick Frankenstein. I think that was Young Frankenstein, and it was the guy who played in Willy Wonka, the original Willy Wonka. I think it was the same guy, if I'm right. But yeah, I need a Frankenstein. Now I'm stuck saying it that way. I need frankincense. Oh man, but anyway, juniper berry. And also juniper berry, let's just, don't do it, boy. Juniper berry does give a good, at least for men, it helps motivate men if you catch my drift. Well, with Lilith, she does motivate, but not in the way that's always like, stop being stupid. Sometimes it's like, oh, look at you going and doing that. Nope. Oh, don't even try to impress me. Stop trying. Nope. Stop. I love the smell of juniper berry. So I'm going to add 4 drops. This is the only thing I don't like about dropper bottles, because sometimes they go in and they work just fine, and then some take 3,000 years for it to drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, there you go. And last but not least, one of my absolute favorites. This one. It always, every time, the first scent, it's like a zest kick in the tush. This one is pink pepper. Now, pink pepper, tongue twister. Pink pepper, think of it like this. Think of a child who's a pyromaniac and kind of likes to have a lot of hot fun and likes to let everything be. Okay, I'm going to put it this way. The one of the lesser left-hand entities, I cannot think of that. What's his name? Xaphalan? Xaphaln? I think that's how you say his name. But he's in charge of like the furnaces and keeping the flames lit. So I think that this is what he would smell like in a bottle. Yeah, that's Xaphalan. The one that said like, you know what would be great if heaven just burnt. And then he got thrown out because of it. Yeah, and I don't think he holds a like a title or have a royal status, but he's like one of the ones that's also alongside, what's his name, begins with a U, but he like feeds and whatever. Yeah, yes, it starts with an X though, but yeah, he was the one that got thrown out because he had the idea and just shared it with like, you know, I think it'd be beautiful if this place heaven, yeah, if it just burned. How could you say it? Out! What? It was a joke. Sheesh, you guys can't take any kind of jokes here. Yeah, and actually what I really like about that, like that little, is that even though that, you know, some humor can be very dark, it should be looked at and taken as a way as like, what's the intention behind it? It's intended to cause laughter and be humorous, not the intention to be like, okay, I hate this place, and literally break everything. See the humor in everything and enjoy the moment, not think, oh, he wants this beautiful place to burn? We cannot have him here. Do you really think he wants to really destroy everything? No. He wants you to loosen up and enjoy the really, even though it's dark humor, that's the intention, but whatever, they can't take jokes, pigeon men. But also, pink pepper. Pink pepper on its own, it's, best said, it's like it's a really good love oil in a love plant. But it's more focused on the aspect of just like, wake up, let's have fun now, okay. It's like a motivating, it's like a heart motivator. It's the woozy woo motivator, have at it. And this is potent. Like, you don't even need more than one. I just saw him, the dog just run past. Oh. Well, that's what happens when you run too fast. He just ran through a launcher. Anyway, and just had like one drop because pink pepper is potent. It's like, good morning, USA. We are wide awake and motivated. Yeah, that's all I'm going to add in there. So that's all the essential oils. And now I like to add a mixture of magical oils to it too. Actually, there's 3 of them. I would just add this one in there. But again, that's, nope, too lazy. I don't want to be lazy. So I have 3 magical oils I'm going to put in here. I'm going to start with the one that's probably going to be the really fitting for this. There's this first one. The cap just decided to fly. This one is a man dominator, like man intimidator. Well, I mean, to be kind of honest, nothing's more intimidating than, you know, you're having the first lady go in and be like, oh, hi, Adam. Yes, it's me. Remember that time when you thought you were being slick? and you thought that, you know, you're going to get your way, and then you ran to, you know, Yahweh, and he came in and he ruined everything? Yeah. By the way, I still win, because now you're below. Still. Assassinated. But yeah. Man dominator. Man intimidator. Or if you want to be even... Yeah, I wouldn't put like something... Well, that's where that inside joke came about. Just make an Adam out of it. Make an Adam out of him. No. Just make an Adam out of him. That's like the best. So, man dominator, just gonna add a little bit of it. I would not add... you can add empowerment oil, master oil, or if you really want to be extra, like, how to put this? Like, if you really want to be technically, like, really in line with, like, in terms of potency, power, and having, like, that strong presence, heck, this might make some people go, but I have to say, you can also add in there Jezebel oil. Now, hear me out. Some people say that, oh, Jezebel, she was a vile queen. Not really. To put it this way, she did what she had to do to get to where she wanted to go. And Jezebel, she knew what she wanted. And Lilith is the same way. She knows what she wants. Oh, I want that. Oh, you're in the way? Move. I can't believe she just pushed me. Stop crying. Get up and get out of the way. That's what I want. You're really going to do that? No, get out of the way. Oh, I got my throne now. We must kill her. Oh, God. Not these fanboys lock store. And then, when she's just like, oh, you're going to catch me, huh? Nope. And now joke's on you. You thought the dogs were eating me, but it was just close. And to me, I do understand the idea of it being used to attract clients for, that kind of work. But for me, I understand it this way. And actually I'm going to somewhat give a little bit of a taste of what I'm going to be doing on Friday. There's a difference between doing something for a line of work and by choice, because it is enjoyment. And then there's the other way, which is the way that it's actually how it's being usually spoken about with her. That she's seen as an object and only meant to be used for pleasing a man. No. That's no. Because we can definitely recall what happened with Adam when, that was the case. Or even worse, take it a few steps back. Like when Yahweh first saw her and said, please be my queen. Yeah, creepy old man. Please. No, get back here. How am I going to get rid of this one? Yeah. Because, but it is true. If somebody does that for a line of work and they're doing it and they're doing what they have to do, but they enjoy it, they enjoy that kind of work, that's different than just being like seen as that and only used for that and feeling like I'm not at my best. And I feel like I have to sacrifice myself to live. No. No. Because that's definitely anything that involves Lilith causing harm to herself, she's like, no. Why am I gonna just, ruin me for you? No. That is like the polar opposite. Oh, you want me to give up something of me for you? What are you, Adam? Wow. You're like Adam reincarnated, but, not dead. I just love when she just comes in like that and just comes out. See? My experience with Lucifer, I adore him and I love him. In a way, yes. Because the way she would look at that, it's like, why are you hurting yourself? You should not even really putting any harm on yourself at all. Because, I mean, if you were really empowered, you would see yourself as, like, yeah, I'm not going to damage this. Because I know my worth, and I know that I'm as valuable as diamond. I'm not a, piece of tar. No. I'm a diamond. And that's it. If anybody else sees me anything else besides a diamond, nope. They're not seeing the diamond, so they can just go away. This one sees me as a diamond? Not sure. I'll think about him. But my experience with Lucifer, yes. The best way I can put it, talk about having an interaction like if honey could talk to you. And also, very, very lively. Like, if you go towards him, like first contact with him, you get uplifted. Like, whoa, I just feel better all of a sudden. That's just how his energy is. And at least, based on my experience, he actually wants you to enjoy the world and your 3D senses and experience. He wants you to enjoy your time here. And actually, he even asks you, what do you want? Anything. Just be specific. The reason why I say that is because I don't want to make a mistake. Because I want you to enjoy. So be specific. Don't make me guess, because I don't like guessing. Tell me details. And that's actually a Venus quality. Being very detailed. And enjoyment. And luxury. Just as an idea. Now this one. Well, you can't see the label of it anymore. But this is, it still has that scent. And this oil is like, Naked from TW. I got nothing. I don't know who that is, but this one, I've had this oil for like, I don't know, the start of 2018, and it still has its scent. I don't know what in the heck is in it, but it still has a scent. I don't know what's preserving the scent that long, because it's definitely not olive oil, and I mean, you can still see the herbal stuff in it. This one is... Okay, we're just gonna go with it. This one is essentially the, I lost it. The Cleopatra oil. Up again, Cleopatra, a master of the art of seduction. Well, of course, Lilith is the same way, except the original master of the art of seduction. Original. Not whoever wrote the book, because, well, he's going to have to learn where he got that intelligence somewhere. Besides, oh, well, sucks to be you, Mark Antony. Looks like you got woozy wooed. Oh, well, it happens. Then again, we're talking to a queen, so dare we say more. Samuel and Lucifer, I wouldn't say so, because at least the mindset that I have, I see each divine entity or spiritual being as unique. Like how they're... Whatever just hissed at me, can you not do that? That was kind of rude. But anyway. Because I see, like, Lucifer and Satanas, I see them completely different. They both help guide you to the same end point, but the way they go about it is completely different. Lucifer is more uplifting and more lively. Satanas is like this. That's it. This is how it is. Now what are you going to do? I'm here, but be realistic. Be real. This is the reality. This is what you're going to have to face. Are you going to make it through? And how, like I've said before, and I just love bringing this up again, like the term adversary, well, it's not really meant to be a malefic word. Adversary is something or someone that doesn't oppose, like, is not purposely getting in your way, but like, nope, you can't do this. An adversary, and using etymology, the study of the language of English, I think, or words, adversary can be linked to one who challenges you. Okay, one who challenges. Is somebody who challenges you, are they usually always malefic? No, not really, because here we go. Who challenges you? A teacher, a parent, sibling, friend, guru figure, elder. See? Student, but then again, that wouldn't really apply to this case, but parental figure can be an adversary because they're testing you to see if you've learned something. They want to know for sure that you know that you've learned the lesson and you can stand on your own regarding that little part. Adversary is not meant to be like, no. It's meant to be seen as like one who is testing you to see you learn, you're strong, you got it, better. That's an idea. Adversary never has to be like, it always blocks me. No, it's testing you. And now this one. This one, for some reason, smells like Starburst. I don't know why. But anyway, this is my own Follow Me Boy mix. I don't know why it smells like Starburst, but we'll go with it. One little drop. And even though, well, yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so now we have every oil on here an hour later. This lasted way longer than I thought it would. So now we're going to shake this very gingerly, just mixing it around a little bit. So now we have that, but now we're going to add this over here. I'm going to uplift you gingerly and not have it fall. I'm going to have this screen flip. Wrong way. There. Okay. So now, I know the orientation's locked. Really? I have to hold it like this? Fine. Unhanded. Thank you. So now, this is the last thing I'm going to add. You're probably thinking, there's nothing in it. There's water. A little bit of water. So now here's the thing. If you notice that it's surrounded by stones. So, and I'm going to point out each one. That is a ruby. That's rhodochrosite. That's a star garnet. And my voice cracked, don't mind that. That is tugtupite. That is red tiger's eye, or ox eye, or as I rather call it, vampire eye. And then we got a red hot carnelian in the back. So, this method is the indirect method, and usually when in doubt, if you're not sure if a stone is going to decide to be like, oh, I'm fading away, this is how you'll go about it. Well, here's an idea to here's a good idea to ponder, Jeremy. Let's see here. You know, they do say if a king doesn't have his queen, he has no purpose in life. But now, if you flip it, if a queen doesn't have a king, she'll do just fine. And there are some believe that Lilith actually had a spot next to Yahweh as his queen. But again, you don't tell the queen no, because if you do, well, looks like you have messed up pretty bad, and now you're forever gone. A stone. Now the stones, and the reason why that I'm going to be incorporating them with the indirect method, with that little bit of water. So we'll start with the star garnet. I'm going to just pull them off each one by one. Star garnet. Well, garnet itself is actually a Lilithian stone, but specifically also because since this is a star garnet, I'm going to try and see if it'll do it. But if you notice like the little bit of the holographic white lights that flicker off of it, let's see if I can get it just right. Like right there, kind of. Right there. You see like how it has that luminant effect to it? Just because of the way that it's cut, it has that holographic effect to it. So that kind of shows it has the attributes to essentially the entirety of like known existence since day one.
yeah, the camera definitely doesn't do it justice to see. If I can get it closer. Like right there. But yeah, since it's a star garnet, it does have that cosmic day one effect to it. And again, Lilith has been here since how long? Day one, too? Primordial? And there you go. This stuff that makes this garnet extra fitting. Next one. Whoop. Oh, well, I'll charge anyway. Next is rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite is actually believed to, I can't remember which tribe of the American natives, but it's actually believed that the stone, and all the red and the pink, was actually the blood of their ancestral passed on. But now with that being said, this stone actually is really good for ancestral work and is also good doing a lot of inward self-reflection and bringing it out and having you face it. So a real empowerment stone, but also because of the way that it is and it looks and it feels, it's actually a really playful, flirty stone at the same time. So it's good for ancestral work, and it's also the cutesy, flirty, playful kind of way. Now, just because Lilith is a crone goddess, that doesn't mean that she doesn't know how to woozy-woo anyone. Next one. This is a big one. And I think it's probably her favorite one. Sit still. This is a ruby. Now, ruby is one of the stones most coveted by kings and queens from all around the world. Literally, I'm just holding onto this ruby and my whole left hand feels like it's now lit on fire. It's a really fiery, bang stone. Has a lot of life and a lot of heat to it. But ruby, on its own, yeah, it has a lot of life force, it has a lot of allure, and has a lot of power to it. And a lot of confidence. And everything I just said about ruby, oh look, Lil is very vibrant with that too. Next one. Now this one is kind of a hard one to find. Yeah. I'm a good example. Now this one is found only in Greenland, but this one's a real magical stone. It's a bit pricey, but still, it's a cutesy little thing. This is Tugtupite. Tugtupite was known to be formed by, I can't remember exactly how the legend went, but a girl or a woman was pregnant, and she actually bore, who was it? I think it was a deer of some kind, and the blood that was being excreted when the offspring was being born, it actually hit I can't remember if it was the ice or the quartz, or there was quartz nearby. It's spelled Tugtupite, Tugtupite. And this stone is, the best put it is like really a good stone, like if you're with somebody and it's like, boring, where's the fire? Just like the flamer's gone out. Yeah, this is one of those stones that's like, oh, come on, dude. You can't be that, burnt out. Come on, let's get the flame back up. Yeah, this is a stone for that. It's flirty, powerful, and one of the things I love about it, yeah, I believe it is, because it's not really a common stone, and funny enough, if you, actually, Tugtupite has a hardness scale of 2.5 to 3, I think. So yeah, it's water. It doesn't like water. But what I love about Tugtupite is if you add some heat to it or add it to a hot environment, the clear and the white actually turns pink. And don't mind me, I'm just trying to add some heat to this. If you notice now, you should be able to see a bit more pink to it, hopefully. Yeah, like right there. Like right down the middle. Right there. It's not really a common stone known around, but it's a really potent stone. It is very lively and very cutesy, flirty. But I wish I had the ring, but it's in my other room. I don't want to get Another stone that I do want to get is tholite. Now tholite, let's just say that that's the nasty stone, like Cleveland from Family Guy. Oh, that's nasty. That kind of nasty stone. Now this one, red tiger's eye, ox eye, or as I like to call it, and more fitting. Oh look, it's vampire eye. And of course, well, vampiric energy and intent, vampire eye, red tiger's eye. Well, yeah, fits perfectly. And even then, too, the idea with Lilith having the vampire quality, some people think that, oh, so she's like a leech. And no, 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 not like that. It's actually taking the energy in and then transmuting it and morphing it into something that brings empowerment. Like for an example, if there's somebody that has a lot of energy and you don't feel bad, like I don't feel so good. Oh wow, look at this guy over here. He's like having way too much happy, like way too overblown. Like good lord, dude, that flaming ego. Give me that. How come I feel more down? I don't know. I feel better though. Yeah. So I mean, red tiger's eye, ox eye, yep, yeah, does have that vampire quality. It's a bit more feisty than a regular tiger's eye because it's red. And last but not least, sit still, is carnelian. Well, carnelian, well, yes, it is known to be primarily meant for like men, and they're like surprise pointing at stuff now. It does have that red quality and that what's that called? That root energy to it and that very primal aspect to it. And well, again, Lilith is grandmaster of, that. And, Rosy Winged Men would be like, oh, dude, you're pointing at me again. Stop it. Yeah. So that's why I have carnelian with that. I would also most definitely consider also moonstone, but if I had a choice, black moonstone. Yes, that's exactly why. But now you see that the water in there, since this thing has been surrounded by the crystals for a set of time, then those runes, when they give a reading, they must be like really bang, like, okay, I get the message. Oh, I'm jealous. I really want to get a piece of black moonstone. Or even better yet, I really want to get this big, or like a really big piece of onyx. I mean, I do have like the little beads of onyx. But something that's like a scrying orb or a scrying ball or anything like that, but onyx. Because, well, I don't know why. It's just, of all black stones, I'm most drawn to onyx. I don't know why. I think it's because it's the really strong, potent willpower stone. Like, it's set on something, and it's determined. Even though it moves slow, it's going to get to where it wants to go. Rude, low battery, but still. So now this thing has been charged with all those stones. We have, again, carnelian, red tiger's eye, vampire eye, rhodochrosite, star garnet, ruby, and tugtupite. You could have also put in shadow quartz, smoky quartz. That's a viable option. Let's see here. You could put like alongside of it rhodonite. That might be optimal. If you really, really want to be a little bit more in line with the more pure and focused aspect in that connection, you could have also put selenite around it. Don't put it in the water, but selenite's another viable choice. So it was, I'm trying to remember, bloodstone. Speaking of bloodstone, I happened to find some in Hobby Lobby of all places. I just was looking at all the beads, and it take like I take 3 hours just to grab a strand of beads that I want. I'm like, let's see, which one haven't I got yet? Okay, let's see. Is that real? Nope, acrylic. How about that one? Nope, glass. Nope, dyed agate. Nope. Bloodstone. Yoink. Yeah. I probably don't regret buying all of them. I don't care. But anyway, so now this water has those stones' energy infused in it. And simple. Just like that. So now I'm going to plop you down and rest my arm, because now my left arm is dead. Thank you. Oi. And don't mind my MacGyver phone holder thing. So now, here is all that, like right there. So now, I'm just going to do this just to kind of mix it around a little bit. Actually, it should be going, that'll work. What was this said? That's funny because, ironically, it's just like, no, we're Christian based. Yeah, you're Christian based. Yeah, you're Christian based. You're not fooling it. You're not fooling the ones that really know. Because a lot of the stuff that I've got, most of the time, like all those stones that I have, that I made all the fancy bling with and all that, all of them pretty much I got from Hobby Lobby, except like one pendant that has phenakite in it, little shards of phenakite. It's the one that has the kunzite, the morganite, and the clear quartz hearts with it. Yeah, they're that expensive thing. And Satana still has that little blue sapphire piece, and it's gold and it has the diamonds around it. Yeah, I give it to him. He's gonna be keeping that for like ever. Yeah. Exactly. It's like, so I went to Hobby Lobby, and they had witch stuff there. To be technical, dude, essentially, to be really technical, anything can be, a witch tool. Anything. Even a strand of your hair. It's just how you use it. But one thing I really don't understand, and I never really seem to really comprehend, what's the big deal with like a lot of places being like, we're not going to sell black candles? What do you got against black candles? They're just attached to witchcraft. And a white one's not, green one's not, a red one's not, a blue one's not, a yellow one's not, a rainbow one's not, even one that's shaped like an owl's not one? You mean to tell me all of them are not related, but this one black one is? Wow. And actually, I even got to the point, like really to the point, it's just like, I think I'm just gonna make my own black ones. Because, I do have this black skull candle that I keep in a little container thing. And whenever I need black candles, what I do is I just shave off some of the black wax and then just pop it in there and melt it down. And also, don't be popping at me, whatever. One of the real advantages of also making your own candles too, you can make them however the heck you want to, but on the left-handed path, there's this idea of actually using one's blood and infusing their working or objects with it. For me, that's a bit of an awkward position to be in, because one side I have that side I'm practicing with, and then I have the side with health that's like, if you're going to hurt yourself and cause yourself to bleed in pain, you better not do it. Don't hurt yourself to make something else happy. So, yeah. Cupcake. He just walked into the grill. Oh, Zeus, you see, this is exactly why you were reincarnated to a dog. Absolutely no brain in there. Precisely why you needed a queen. And listen. Yeah.
But although, at least what I've come to find out, it does add like more of a, at least connecting to like certain entities in my experience, like with Dantalion, King Paimon. Oh boy, King Paimon. Surprise, Conga line! I just cannot think that every time when I say his name, King Paimon. Okay, why we have every divine that I know in existence, to my knowledge, doing a conga line right in front of me. Now, how come now there's cats blowing horns and trumpets and, going, okay. Tambourine ladies? Okay, what is next? I mean, it can't get any more crazy than this. Is that an elephant? Oh, he looks like he's a dude, and he has these cute little symbols, and he's just going with them. Okay, no, what's next? Oh, it's a camel. And there's a guy sitting there on the hump. And it's like he's on a cruise ship, the way he's laying down. Like he's catching some rays. But he's facing the other way. Not the way the camel's going. It's like he doesn't care. And it's coming right towards me. And it just stopped in front of me. And, okay, camel went down. Sorry, so King Paimon? Wow, that was quite the entrance. Gives me one look. He does a a helicopter kick. And if you know helicopter kicks, like how they like in breakdancing, where they like throw their legs around and like that. Yeah, but King Paimon goes from that, looks at me, helicopter kicks and stands to his feet, and then walks towards me like, I'm a king. What'd you expect? Of course, a grand entrance like this. And all I could say was, well played. Yeah. That whole experience was my first interaction with King Paimon. And actually, exactly. And I think I know on my Instagram it's on there. And I think my TikTok. I mean, I deleted TikTok off my phone because I needed space. Because every time I do a live on here, it takes space. So I had to have something go for a bit so I can record this. But I know on my TikTok it does have that experience with King Paimon and how I use the family clips of Family Guy. This cute little thing with cats blowing horns, quarters, and all that, and then this live performance with tambourine women just doing their routine, and then this papercraft elephant with symbols and then ended it all off with a Family Guy clip of Peter Griffin driving through a wall with a lampshade on his head going, "Hey!" And yes, that was King Paimon. Except without the bicycle kick though. It was just like, okay. I didn't know the great kings of, the Inferno. I didn't know they knew how to breakdance. I'm impressed. If I did that, I'd probably break my back. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to attempt that. But it does go to show. It goes to show you that experiences like this, and when you go towards a certain left-hand divine without anything really affecting your viewpoint of them, you can actually see how they connect with you on that more intimate level. Because with that connection, that first connect with King Paimon, I'm thinking, okay, we have life of the party, loves having things be very vibrant, likes to be known and aware, knows how to definitely express an artistic expression, knows how to be creative, demands and has the immense expectation of respect, and clearly doesn't care because he's a king. Something can be going one way, and he could be completely unaware of everything that's going along because he's a king and he's comfortable. Yes. Okay. Nix, what are you doing here? Lord Vishnu, what are you... Lilith, is that you? Hell, what are you doing? I'm conga lining, you stupid kid. What do you think I'm doing? I never thought you were like to conga line. Okay, whatever then, Hell. Hera? Queen Hera, what are you doing? Don't mind me, I'm getting ready from Zeus. Oh, he's in the back. Okay, why are you guys conga lining in front of me? I was trying to figure out where King Paimon is. He's coming, just wait. What do you mean? What am I waiting for? Shortly thereafter come the cats with the instruments. Because during that whole experience, it kind of makes me think, so is this kind of like what the idea of taking like a hallucinogenic is? Because I'm thinking this is really out there. And all I did was just get into state and relax, and all of a sudden, wow, never thought I'd see Hell conga line. In fact, I expect her to be all conga what? I ain't got time for this crap. Do you mind? Excuse me, I'm gonna go take care of my dead. And no, I ain't hating. But in all seriousness, though, that does go to show that not everybody who goes towards a certain entity, they're not going to experience usually the same thing because each one connects to each person differently. Like another good example, and this one is, I don't think I've really spoken about this one. Believe it or not, and usually when I say who it is, people they look at me like, you, what? Marquise Andres? Yeah. I went towards him just to, meet him and get to know him. First contact, focused, and he appeared. I'm like, hi. How you doing, Marquise Andres? You doing well? What do you want? Nothing, I was just curious and just wanted to meet you and get to know you. Why? Why don't you just, why don't you come a little closer? No, I'm okay. But really, tell me about yourself. Yes. And, because usually with Andres, stereotypically, he's known to have, like how it's written in about the Gracious saying, like, well, Marquise Andres is known to have the sorcerer be killed and kill them, and also have his assistants kill one another. But still, that was kind of after the fact, because the way that I actually got drawn to him, looked at his name like, I don't know why that name's calling me, but I'm going to go with it. So I made the contact. Was just how I usually am with them. Excited and happy that they actually responded. And even though I was like, I think I might have, called one that might need, I'm gonna have to be a little bit more serious, but, polite with this one. Because, I didn't know much about him. I just went off of intuition. And at first it was like, hello, Andres. Yeah, you look like you probably would snap me in two, but please don't do that. I hope you're doing well tonight. What do you want? I just wanted to get to know you, so tell me about you. Why? Come closer, child. Nah, I'm fine. Would you like anything? I'm fine. Yeah, but then just had the conversation from there. And to me, the best way to put it is if you don't have a lot of experience and a lot of interaction with a said entity, at the end of the day, you really don't know how an entity is going to be towards you if you don't go towards them yourself on your own. Because, like in the video, and how I used to say, how did I put it? It's like, unless if you've actually gone towards Satanas or Lucifer or any of them on the left, well, how do you know they have malefic intent to you? Only to you, not anybody else, just you. Because there's a fine line between malefic intent, across large scale, and malefic intent between you and another person or another entity. Between you and said entity, that's different between mass scale and entity. That's completely different. Because one person can go to Stannis perfectly fine and really deep connected. Another person goes towards him. Nothing, and actually gets chased off. That's why I'm just big on, like, if you don't know how this entity is, if you never experienced them, don't say a word. And also, I don't know why this thought came in, but it's just like a recurring thought that I just love saying over and over again. Like the whole thing about like how the goat is associated with Satanism and all that. Here's a thought. The sign of Capricorn is symbolized by a sea goat. Okay. The sign of Capricorn is also known as the most supreme sign. Why is that? Well, instead of having 3 nakshatras or like 3 lunar mansions in it, it has 4. Everybody else has 3. But in all seriousness, Capricorn is the most supreme sign because it has 4 lunar mansions in it. The 3 like everybody else, but then the one secret one in the like behind the first one in there. And that one in Vedic astrology is called Abhijit. And Abhijit is known to be the nakshatra or constellation point meant to symbolize victory. And it's whenever an event happens within that point, and if you actually have in your astrology chart a placement within those degree points, it's small, like really small. It's like only from 6 degrees to 13 to 14 degrees Capricorn. It's tiny. It's not that big. It's only like 8 to 7 degrees long. But if you have a planet placed within those degrees, that planet is like, nope, my significance is, no, victorious. Nope, you're not going to mess me up. You're not going to blind me. I know exactly what I'm doing. Like if you put Saturn in that, I already know, get out of the way. Nope, I'm king. Hey, son. Yeah, you flaming. Guess what? Give me that crown. Now off with your head. Yeah, that's the effects of that point, those degrees. That planet becomes in the state of victory. Like, okay, I'm victorious. So that's all I need to know. And usually when wars were taking place then, like if there was a war that was taking place during that time, when the order, like in the times of India, when they were strategizing, when 2 kingdoms were strategizing to attack, they actually waited up until, I believe it was the sun or Mars, I think it was sun, to actually wait until that point came across and then attacked. Because they actually had the sun backing them up, if that makes sense. But still, another fun fact. Abhijit is also known to be the only male nakshatra. And in Vedic astrology, nakshatras were seen as feminine. Also, the many wives of Soma, or Krishna. Krishna having all them wives. And taking all this, and now we take a look at Satanism. Oh, Capricorn. Oh, the most supreme. It's the most supreme sign. It has 4 lunar mansions in it. 4. None of them have that. Coincidence? I don't think so. And the funny thing is, I'm not making it up. Literally, Capricorn has the most points in it, and also, well, actually, now that's actually going to make me actually really look to see 666. Yeah, but it's like, oh, everything seems to be planned out just fine. Okay. So the little lunar mansion of victory, and no matter what's in there, is always victorious. Well played. But again, it's not that big, and because really the idea of how it got placed into Capricorn was because it needed to have that authoritative stand to it, like something that's determined, strong, and an opportunist. At least in the Vedic astrology, the sign of Capricorn was seen as a crocodile. Yeah, crocodile. And it was known as Marka. But Capricorn, being that sign that's really firm on the ground, strict, orderly, and opportunist, but also focused and being able to stick and push through anything. I mean, it makes perfect sense. I mean, look at this. Like with the idea of like all the persecution, the mistreatment, and all the BS that the people that are on the left-hand path, all of them, all the BS that they've gone through, they're still going. Capricorn, the most supreme sign, still focused and still pushing through all the BS. Which reminds me, speaking of that, I do have planned to actually read and actually take a look at Anton LaVey's astrology chart. I have that planned, and I've been wanting to do that. I've just been getting distracted all over the place. But I do want to do that because, funny enough, he has a really strong Black Moon Lilith placement. A really strong Black Moon Lilith placement. Pretty close to mine, but slightly more powerful. And also, he has the same ascendant as me, and almost at the same degree, which is like, planned. No. That goes to show. That really does go to show that, wow. It's kind of crazy, like how things can be like so connected like that. It's like, oh wow, scary, but nonetheless. So now I gotta put this in a container and then just get the stones out of there, and that should be all ready to go. Let's see. I've been live for more than 2 hours, but yeah, his chart is actually really, really good. And to be honest, I'm not really surprised that his second house actually had being ruled by Pisces, because when you have a Pisces ruling your second house, the second house is the tone of voice and is also your sensory input, like touch, hear, and all that. So, second house is the throat and the tone of voice. Pisces is a sign that's very spiritually depth. It has the ability to intoxicate, allure, and I mean, the way his tone was, he spoke in a way that was very mysterious and very alluring. And it's subtle. It's gentle, but it pulls. It's like, what is this thing? It's pulling me. Why am I going this way? And he also had, I think his son was also exalted in Aries. I think, if I'm right. I think so. I do know, though, his Black Moon Lilith was slightly behind his ascendant degree. And when you have, at least with that, the ascendant degree is physical body and then you, the head. And slightly behind that, which is the 12th house. The 12th house is essentially your feet, or like subconsciously right behind you, right in your head and your thoughts. To best put it, where my Lilith is like right, yeah, this is gonna look funny. It's like literally right there. Like, okay, hello. Right on top of the forehead, and I can definitely see it and hear it. His was like this. Like right almost touching the back of his head, but just off by that much. So subconsciously, Lilith was just really giving him some input to actually help perform that. Actually, and I will admit this too, the way that he was also teaching about it, even though there's some people are like, that's odd. Well, he is, in a way, teaching you to enjoy your senses. That's the easiest way to put it. But astrologically, 12th house is subconsciously behind you, or what's like lost, or in the other realms. She's just chilling there, all like, do this. Yeah. Oh, who cares? They're just jealous because they don't have your voice. I mean, come on, dude. You just sound so mysterious. And they're like, how does he do that? Yeah. They're jealous. I mean, for real though. And I mean, there was, I can't remember which interview it was, but he was being interviewed by, I can't remember that radio talk show guy. And I mean, every time that talk show host spoke, it kind of made me just want to go, you can kind of do your interview without being rude. But even then, the way he responded was kind of like, okay, I see how you're going to do this. Like, like a backhanded insult back to her. And I mean, the way that he did it, it was just so mild, but the interviewer felt the slap of it. And that, again, is a Piscean quality. It's like, something just hit me, and I don't know why my cheek stings, but I felt something. Because it's just, again, Pisces is that sign of other world, like other world influence and spiritual influence beyond the three-dimensional. But it's also able to go into different perspectives. But it also can influence someone to see differently. So something just hit me, and now my cheek hurts. Why is that? Intoxicated by pain. That counts. So let's see, what time is it? It's already 7? Gosh, time flies when you're making witchy stuff. So I'm going to get this all packed up and sent off to my friend. Yes. And honestly, Pisces is the actual, really known not only to be the one with the most depth, but it's also the most devoted sign that's also known for like the deepest possible love for something. Because it's like Cancer's a stream, like a river stream. Scorpio is a lake or frozen lake, because Scorpio can be like deeply positive all the way or deeply, oh God. And then Pisces is the depths of the ocean. We have no idea how long that's going to go. Or here's a better one. Essentially, Pisces is like space with all the stars and everything. We have no idea how much depth that has. Good Lord, Lanta knows how far that goes. Space is Pisces. Literal Pisces. Space. We have no idea where it ends, but we know there's a lot more than we can just see. That's Pisces. And actually, speaking of Leviathan, when I think Leviathan, I think of what's that? What is that entity called? Like not a Hydra, but it's like it was believed to have an appearance of kind of like a dinosaur of some kind. But whenever I hear Leviathan, I think of like a dinosaur like that, but it's also able to be very adaptable in water. So it can go from on land, okay, no problem. Water, better. And just swim like no problem. But at least that's what I think when I hear the name. Anyway, I'm gonna go make some food, and I'm gonna, make myself not look like a hot mess. And yeah, this Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. be there and get ready to actually have a lot of, okay, let's stop having this be spewed all over the place. Now remember, goddess love expects and demands your respect. So this goddess of, you just called her a goddess of what? Oh, well, you just said that, she demands and expects your respect. Well, looks like you just done messed that up now, didn't you? Well, that's what happens when you become a living fraud. Did I say that out loud? Oh, well, it happens. Oh, here come the jokes again. It's going to be a good one. Yeah. And I might be going live the next day or two more frequently or longer because I have the house all by myself and it's quiet. God. So, might just come on YouTube like, oh, look, he's live again. Yay. Anyway, I'm going to go fix my face and then I'll see y'all on Friday. Pisces and Aries. Well, thing is, Pisces is the last sign up until it becomes Aries again. It's hail and horns. I almost said Obsidian Knights, but that's a different one. Hail and Horns is. I was on Hail and Horns once, and we were talking about it was like a topic of choice. I had there was, I can't remember her name, Doctor, can't remember, but she talked about chaos magic and about that. And I talked about necromancy, huh? If you don't know what real necromancy is, don't be all like, I'm going to make the dead do what I want them to. No, you're not going to do that. Why can't I do that? Well, if you're dead, how would you like it if someone came to you and you're at peace and all of a sudden you have this happen? Finally, rest at last. Hey. God, what? Hey, get up and do this for me. What? Get up. Bloody Zeus. What do you want, kid? Hey, I need you to bring back my ex-lover. Thank you very much. Who are you, kid? And why am I going to bring your ex-lover back? You just disturbed my rest. Please? No. You're gonna do it. No, I'm not gonna. Yeah. That's a big pet peeve of mine because some practitioners think that, well, they're not alive anymore, so it really shouldn't make a difference. And yet, some people still talk about necromancy and still do that. Not really. That's not the best idea. But nonetheless, I'm out. I'm having hot flashes. I'll see you guys Friday or sooner.